Okay, it's kind of an overcast Saturday morning here, and we are in Vicksburg, Mississippi, headed out to Vicksburg National Military Park, right?
National Military Battlefield. I forget the exact wording.
Yep.
Whatever.
So we're going to check it out here and see what we can find.
There's the wording.
National Military Park. So we're going to learn all about the Battle of Vicksburg. See how it goes. Tour road closes at 5 p.m. Well, that's good that we're here at 9:30, I think.
No, we're here at 8:31.
Oh, the fee station is closed. But
please go ahead. Okay, so maybe with the visitor center closed.
You can just go.
Yeah, but we'll go to the visitor center first.
Yeah, and see if we can at least get that. But you can just drive on through if you wanted to. It's like a tour road thing.
Yes, it's apparently at each stop we'll call in. Okay. That they have stuff on the phone. Like if you call, you can get in from. They'll have a pre-recorded. You can listen to a pre-recorded message about every station or spot. Okay, we'll find out. Here in the visitor center here, they have some displays on what it would look like. Here's what a bomb shelter would look like, which was basically a cave. And slaves that would fight, medical barracks, and basically this was trench warfare here. They built up trenches and tried to gain feet by feet. And you had Ulysses S. Grant versus Lieutenant General Pemberton. Memorial arch here, and we're driving through the Union lines by the Union trenches here. Lots of different monuments to different regiments, reminders in stone and bronze. It says the men who fought long ago, history in their struggle and sacrifice across the park. More than 1,300 monuments and markers have been placed to memorialize the soldiers and sailors who fell, and to implore future generations of Americans to never again take up arms against one another. Through stone and bronze, the servicemen still speak to us today. There's 1,300 of these markers is what it's basically telling us. That's a lot of them. The Shirley House over here, which is the oldest structure here on the property, overlooking the Union siege of the South over here. Right here is the Illinois Monument. It is the largest of all the monuments here in Vicksburg, and inside is the names of 36,000 soldiers who served from Illinois here at Vicksburg. Coming up here to the top of Logan's Approach, which was the main artillery battle. If I come up here, I'm at the edge now of the Union line, and now I'm in Confederate territory here. So here is where there's Vicksburg over there, and from here this was it. This was Alabama and Arkansas, and on the other side was the Union Army right here. I'm standing on the line in no man's land. Looking at the African American Civil War Monument here. It's the largest monument dedicated to those that served in the Civil War. You have one soldier looking back towards slavery that he abandoned, one towards the future, and the one in the middle representing the sacrifices that black soldiers, African American soldiers, made here in Vicksburg. Have some volunteers here demonstrating cannon shot.
loading up the cannon for the day.
Ready! Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time to cover your ears. Secure the beast!
We are now traveling up to Fort Hill. We are in Confederate territory now. This would have been all the area that Louisiana and Tennessee would have held. So these are mostly monuments to those companies there. Mostly Louisiana is what I'm seeing here, as they try to defend the hill. We are here at Fort Hill, and you can see the mighty turn in the Mississippi here. It would be from this point that the Confederate Army could control trade, and it was why this point here was so important to take over for the Union Army, because whoever controlled this hill controlled all the trade up and down the Mississippi River. And so you can see that there. We are here at the Uss Cairo, one of the many gun battles ships that were stationed along the Mississippi here. Life on the ships was actually better than life on land, because if you were...
Yeah, usually the USA treats its Navy better than its actual Army.
Yeah, you didn't have to sleep on the ground. You got a hammock to sleep on and clean ground, and you got more food.
Yeah.
The USS Cairo went down by a torpedo, but it was a strong ship. There was a ship called the USS Cincinnati that went down 3 times, and it was refloated 3 times. So it was very strong, hardy ship. Coming on board the USS Cairo. An amazing steamship powered by steam. You can see the steam drums there. It's amazing the factory that was the Union Army at the time. Have so many cannons here. Mostly a crew of immigrants. Looking up into the pilot house there. Don't want to go too high if you're up there. It says a ton an hour. Look down to your left and you see one of Cairo's restored fireboxes. Oh, there it is down there. Coal shoveled into the firebox heated the boilers. Steam from the boilers powered the Cairo's engine, drove her paddle wheel. The gunboat without steam could not move and was helpless if it attacked. Ironclads kept fire burning and steam pressure built up even when anchored. Even though the ship was protected by iron, you can see that the crew added even these iron railings that they captured so that they could have more protection against the blast that came through. This would have been the normal casing right here. And just amazing how much it's talking about hog chains and how they work to keep the boat together. Rows upon rows of graves mark the National Cemetery here. Just 10,000 Union dead in this area here.
We're at almost the end of our tour here, and here is the museum headquarters, which is also the site of where the truce and the surrender point for this battle for Vicksburg happened. It was the great Union victory. You can see a monument, Soul Monument, up on the hill there. And the Union took control of the Mississippi, and then after this, the war was just a wrap up. We are now traveling over the Mississippi, out of Mississippi,
into Louisiana.
Into Louisiana. Look at that beautiful boathouse that's been converted over there. That's kind of cool, that hotel. Beautiful scenery over while we cross the mighty Mississippi River here.